And we are back. Mock draft. The final one that we're going to be doing for this season at least. On Tuesday, draft is on Thursday, so kind of last minute. Also, I am currently sick, so if my voice ever sounds different, just know it's because I'm sick. But starting out first overall, we have the just quickly show you the Carolina Panthers, and I personally believe this is 2 rounds. By the way, I believe they will be taking quarterback Bryce Young out of Alabama. Apparently, it's almost like a 99% lock that that's what they're going to do. I always thought it was going to be C.J. Stroud, but apparently it's going to be Bryce Young. Now at number 2, we have the Houston Texans. By the way, also there are no trades in this, so even if I feel like a team is more than likely going to trade away, I still have to make that pick. I think they're personally going to take C.J. Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State. There are rumors that they don't take a quarterback in this year's draft, and the only way I could see that happening is if they, are trying to get a guy like Caleb Williams out of USC in next year's draft. Maybe because they just think Caleb Williams is better. Who knows? But at number 3, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're going to take Will Anderson Jr., edge out of Alabama. First defensive player off the board. My personal best as well. I think he's the best, at least defensive player. I think, offensive players are normally more important, highly valued. But best defensive player, in my opinion, is Will Anderson. The Cardinals get him at 3. Number 4, we have the Indianapolis Colts. I think no matter what they're taking quarterback, I don't know if it's going to be Anthony Richardson or Will Levis. I hear that, they're leaning towards Will Levis, but I just feel like Anthony Richardson is the better quarterback. And I don't know. I'm going to take Anthony Richardson, but I'm going to do that hesitantly. I do feel like it's more than possible that the Colts go with Will Levis, but I just don't know. I'm hoping that they'll go Anthony Richardson, though, because I just feel like that's the better move overall. At number 5, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Now, this isn't me, but I think they're going to take Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia. From what I see, if you go to team needs, bottom right in team needs, you don't see defensive tackle there. But I just think the value is so significant with Jalen Carter, who was arguably going to be the first defensive player off the board. Or, back when Chicago had the first overall pick. But then, some allegations, and then, apparently he's, not in great shape at the moment. It's just kind of tanked his draft stock a bit. I know people are saying he's potentially going to go 9 or 10 to the Bears or the Eagles, but I think the Seahawks are going to know, the value of Jalen Carter, and they're going to take him. At number 6, we have the Detroit Lions, and personally, this is between Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon, quarterbacks. And I think they're going to go Devin Witherspoon because I just feel like Devin Witherspoon is, a better guy at the moment. I feel like Christian Gonzalez is the best cornerback, but for Detroit, I feel like they're going to go with Devin Witherspoon. At number 7, we have the Vegas Raiders. I think they're going to take offensive tackle Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State. They just got a new quarterback whose bones are made of glass, and Jimmy Garoppolo, they're going to protect him. Especially if you also look, their team needs offensive tackle is number 1, so I do see that. Maybe Jalen Carter if he falls to 7, since they do need a defensive tackle, but in this scenario he didn't, so they're going to take Paris Johnson. At number 8, we have the Falcons. I think they're personally going to go Tyree Wilson, edge out of Texas Tech. Really just keep bolstering that defense. Uh, if you look at team needs, edge is a need for them. Trying to see where. It's in their top three. I could very well see them getting an offensive tackle, but they have a very good offensive line already, so I just don't feel like that's, where they go. At number 9, we have the Chicago Bears. I think they're going to pass up on Broderick Jones, offensive tackle out of Georgia, and go with Peter Skoronski, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. Bears, Justin Fields, it just kind of makes sense. The Bears' O-line is not great, and I feel like improving it for especially a mobile quarterback. So, he doesn't have to rely on his legs as much. And plus, you could have better blocks. So, if there is designed run plays like a read option or a QB draw, you have better blockers. And rounding out the top 10, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to take Myles Murphy, edge out of Clemson. I just think the Eagles really trying to bolster that. Now, I have heard some people say they could trade potentially this pick for Derrick Henry. I don't see that happening. Even if Derrick Henry gets traded to the Eagles, I could see maybe pick 30. I wouldn't agree with that. I don't think you give up a first-round pick for a running back who's been injured the past 2 seasons and is 29 years old. I just don't see the value in that. At number 11, we have the Tennessee Titans. I think they're going to take Broderick Jones, offensive tackle out of Georgia. I need to drink some water quickly. Hold on. Titans, I feel like they're going to try and give Tannehill another year. Maybe we see Malik Willis in the system, but I think they're going to try and bolster this offensive line for maybe a guy like Lamar Jackson, who they could try and land, or maybe even a guy like Trey Lance. I would not say is out of the equation. Or maybe if they draft a quarterback later, like maybe Will Levis happens to fall all the way to where they're picking in the second round, 41. Or maybe a Hendon Hooker, but I don't think Titans go quarterback here. At number 12, we have the Houston Texans. I think they're going to go Jackson Smith-Njigba, wide receiver out of Ohio State. I can see pick 13 as the Packers. Personally, this is who I want the Packers to draft. If, he fell to 13, unfortunately, I have him going one pick before. At 12, repairing with CJ Stroud. I'm a Packers fan, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But, yeah, that's just kind of how it happens. So, yeah. At number 13, we have Green Bay. And I'm kind of in the air with this one. I could see them going Nolan Smith, edge out of Georgia, but I think they're going to go Lucas Van Ness, edge out of Iowa. I just feel like he is more of a scheme fit compared to Nolan Smith, and I think the Packers are going to take Lucas Van Ness because of that. At number 14, we have the Patriots, and I think they are going to take Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. Jonathan Jones getting up there in age. As you can see by the team needs, the Patriots do need a cornerback. Only wide receiver ahead of that position, and we know the Patriots, they tend to not do well with drafting wide receiver early. So a great example would be N'Keal Harry. Tyquan Thornton, we don't know about yet. He could turn into a stud, but until then, who knows? At number 15, we have the Jets. I think they're going to go Nolan Smith, edge out of Georgia. On my notebook I have next to me from I wrote this mock draft hours before Aaron Rodgers got traded. And I had those two. I have Nolan Smith at 13 going to the Jets and Lucas Van Ness at 15 going to the Packers. And I just like it so much, I don't want to change it. So I just put a little arrow saying to swap those two teams around with the picks and everything. I also have that doing pick 42 and 43, I'm not going to erase it because I know now, but I was not able to figure out which pick got traded at the time, so I just kind of put an arrow just in case and then a question mark. But anyway, enough about me. At 16, Washington, I think they are going to take Deonte Banks, cornerback out of Maryland. Cornerback is a pretty big need for them. They really only have, as far as I can think of, Kendall Fuller. I know they don't have William Jackson anymore, who was a solid cornerback, but he's old, so they kind of got rid of him while he, still gets something. So, yeah, I think they're going to try and invest in the quarterback because I do feel like they're going to try and roll Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett, whatever one, happens. Maybe they try and get a guy like Hendon Hooker in the second, but I don't think what's his name? Will Levis is going to fall to him in the second. Or they could trade up, but once again, we're not doing trades. At 17, I have the Steelers taking Darnell Wright, offensive tackle. Tennessee. Steelers really just need an O-line. They got to protect Kenny Pickett, who's more than likely going to be their future of the franchise. And it just makes sense. The offensive line has not been great for a few years now, and I think they're going to finally realize that and improve on it. At number 18, we have the Lions with their second first-round pick, and I think they're going to go back with secondary and take safety Brian Branch out of Alabama. Brian Branch is by far, and I mean by far, the best safety in this class. And after that, it's a drop-off. So I don't know if Detroit's going to want to pass up a safety like this I think no matter what, they're probably going to go safety in this draft, and I just feel like it makes sense they get the best safety by a long shot. At number 19, we have the Buccaneers, and I think they're going to go Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State. Something I could see here is maybe Bijan Robinson, and I could very well see that. In fact, maybe more than Joey Porter Jr., but I just feel like the Buccaneers know that they're not going to be very competitive this year. They could win the South because it's the South, but they're not going to make a playoff run if they do win. And I don't really think they're trying to win. I think they're kind of trying to see what they have in Baker and maybe even Kyle Trask and see, what their plan is going forward. If they want to roll with Baker or roll with Kyle Trask or, get a new guy. At number 20, though, we have the Seattle Seahawks with another first-round pick. They're going to take wide receiver Jordan Addison out of USC. This is just a great pick for the value. I think a lot of teams need a receiver, and the fact that, the second receivers going all the way to 20 just kind of shows the value. At number 21, we have the Chargers, and I think they're going to do the same thing. I think they're going to go Quentin Johnston, wide receiver out of TCU. And now, as you can see, we're kind of starting to see some wide receivers go off the board. But at number 22, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're going to go Kelee Ringo, quarterback out of Georgia. Was one of the better cornerbacks, as a prospect, has kind of fallen down a bit in the ranks, but I still think this is a great value pick for the Ravens. At number 23, we have the Vikings. And this is going to be shocking to some people. I think they're going to go Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. Kirk Cousins. Let me scroll down so you guys can actually see the picks. Kirk Cousins is on the final year of his deal. And I think this is a great time for Minnesota to kind of be able to go cheaper. Because you got to realize they got to extend Justin Jefferson more than likely. I doubt, they don't try. So, and he's more than likely, I would say, the highest paid receiver in the league when he does get his contract. So, you got to clear up some cap space for that. At number 24, we have Jaguars, and I think they're going to go Brian Bresee, defensive tackle out of Clemson. Once again, Brian Breesy was just kind of like Keely Ringo. Was a very good prospect. He's kind of fallen down the board a bit. And I think the Jaguars are going to know, hey, this is a great spot to take a guy like this because of how good he was previously and how he hasn't dropped too far down. At number 25, I have the Giants taking cornerback Cam Smith out of South Carolina. Just again, we look at their team needs. Cornerback is number one. They do have running back, but I think they're going to try and work things out with Saquon Barkley. Whether it happens or not, I don't think they're going to commit to taking a running back as long as Saquon is still on the roster. Number 26, we have the Cowboys, and I think they're going to go with Kalijah Kancey, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. You look at the Cowboys' needs now. Where are they? D-tackle is number one. I do see him potentially taking a guard, but I don't know with where they have the first guard. Where is he? Isn't it? Yeah, Osiris Torrance at 39. I don't know, if the Cowboys are willing to reach for a guy like that. And another thing, they could very well go running back here. Tony Pollard on the franchise tag. Zeke is no longer there. It's a very likely possibility that they go running back. But I think they're going to try and rock with Tony Pollard. At number 27, we have the Bills. And I think they're going to go Trenton Simpson, linebacker out of Clemson. Trenton Simpson, I want to say, was another guy who was very high valued. I believe in a past mock draft, I had him going. I had him going at number 9 to Carolina on my first mock draft I did for, this class. Obviously now ranked at 33, he's more than likely not going to go anywhere near as high. And even in my second one, I still had him going 14 to the Patriots. But it just seems like he's kind of gotten worse and worse in the ranks. And I think the Bills, with a big need at linebacker, trying to fill that hole with Tremaine Edmonds they just lost, take a linebacker. At 28, the Bengals, I think very interestingly, they're going to take Bijan Robinson, running back out of Texas. It's a very interesting pick, but I think they're just going to be like, the fact that he fell this far, and Joe Mixon, being highly paid, getting injured kind of injured sometimes, the legal trouble, and the contract, they're going to see this as a great time to, get a running back who they can replace Mixon with. At number 29, we have the tight end, or the Saints. I kind of just spoiled the Saints, but they're going to take tight end Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. Like I said, with a team like the Buccaneers, I think the Saints kind of know they aren't going to be competing just yet. And I think they're going to take best available, in their opinion, with a team need as well. And like we see Isaiah Foskey, I feel like that is a very possible pick as well. But I don't know. I just feel like the tight end is going to be too much for them to pass up on. At number 30, we have the Eagles. And I think they're going to go running back Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama. This is maybe because I feel like the Eagles already established their big need with getting Myles Murphy at 10. They're missing Miles Sanders. And I think they're going to just kind of know, hey, this is a late first-round pick. This is essentially an early second, but with the benefit of a fifth-year option. And I think they're going to gladly take that. A running back with a fifth-year option, and we're not, taking them top 10. Plus, we already had another first-round pick. It just kind of fits. And at number 31, rounding out the first round because Miami had to, try and cheat, we have the Chiefs taking Antoine Harrison, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma. At number 32, the Steelers, I think they're going to skip over Isaiah Foskey for some reason. I think they're going to go Will McDonald the fourth out of Edge out of Iowa State in the second round. Don't ask me why. I just have a feeling. At number 33, I think the Texans, I think they're going to go with Osiris Torrance out of Florida. Really just bolstering that O-line for, their new quarterback and Dameon Pierce. At number 34, we have the Cardinals. I think with DeAndre Hopkins more than likely out, they're going to take Zay Flowers, wide receiver out of Boston College, to kind of get back some good receivers. They still have Rondale Moore, and honestly, is that really it? I'm trying to think of notable receivers. They lost A.J. Green to retirement. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be traded more than likely. Robbie Anderson is gone. Or Chosen Anderson now, I should say. Just makes sense. At number 35, the Colts, they're going to take Dewan, I don't know how to really say his name, but Jones out of Ohio State. Once again, they also just got a new young quarterback. They're going to try and help him out by giving him a solid O-line. Number 36, the Rams, they're going to see how valuable this pick is, and they're going to scoop up Isaiah Foskey out of Notre Dame without even question. Number 37, we have the Seahawks, and I think they are going to go with edge B.J. Ojulari out of LSU. They just kind of know the value there. At number 38, we have the Raiders. I think they're going to go cornerback Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State, try and bolster up that defense. At number 39, we have the Panthers, and I think they're going to go tight end Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. You look at their team needs, even though I personally don't think so, it does say tight end there at number 4. At number 40, we have the Saints. I think I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. He's ranked number 45 here. You can see him. He's an edge out of Northwestern. Adetomiwa Adebawor. Edge out of Northwestern. Congrats. At number 41, we have the Titans. Right, this is the Titans. Yeah. I think they're going to go with center. I'm assuming OC. Yeah, that's definitely center. John Michael Schmitz out of Minnesota. Really just bolstering this O-line. Titans fans, you got to realize you guys had your window. You failed to do anything with it. And your window's now closed. And these aren't fun picks. Most people watch the draft for a guy like a quarterback or a receiver or like a top cornerback or a running back, stuff like that. O-line isn't a very fun pick because it's not going to be like, a guy you get a jersey of. But it's going to be a pick that helps the guys who you will get jerseys of. Like, it literally helps all three of those positions, quarterback, running back, and receiver. Because quarterback and receiver, the receiver needs the quarterback to succeed, and the quarterback will succeed with a good O-line, and so will the running back, with a nice O-line to run behind. Where are we at now? 42, we have the Packers. I think they're going to skip over Josh Downs out of North Carolina, and I think this is just me, personally, this is who I want them to get. I want them to get Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver out of Tennessee. That's just my personal pick. I like him more than Josh Downs, and I would be more than happy if they managed to get him. At number 43, we have the Jets. And they're going to go an interesting pick here. I think just after the Rodgers trade, I think they're going to go with Hendon Hooker, quarterback out of Tennessee. They're going to try and let Hooker sit for a year, maybe 2. I don't see Rodgers playing more than 2 seasons before hanging up the cleats. And yeah, Hendon Hooker is going to be 27 by that time. But the quarterback does have a very long, career in terms of how many seasons they played. We just saw Tom Brady play till what, 45. You're fine if he starts at 27. Plus, I don't know who. It was a Browns quarterback who got drafted at like 28. So no need to stress about age. At 44, we have the Falcons taking Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan. I just feel like that's a great pick for them. Once again, bolstering that defense. I feel like their offense is very good, minus maybe like an actual good receiver. Drake London, we don't know a lot about. I believe they still have Brian Edwards. Or was he traded to the Saints? I don't know. I think Brian Edwards is on the Falcons. I think, Brian Edwards could be something good, but not like the wow. Like, not a good receiver. Like a Tyreek Hill, a Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, guys like that. But anyway, at number 45, this is once again who I think the Packers will take. They might even take him at 42. Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. The perfect Mercedes Lewis replacement. And I mean perfect. It's just my concern is I hope the Packers realize I feel like Darnell Washington will be there longer than Jalen Hyatt will. Maybe not, actually. If I'm looking at this, maybe the Falcons at 44, So maybe. Anyway, at 46, I have the Patriots taking Jack Campbell, linebacker out of Iowa. Just kind of fits the bill, At number 47, I have the Commanders taking Keon White, edge out of Georgia Tech. Once again, just bolstering that defense. The Commanders have a very good defense with talent-wise, but they just don't play well together. And I think they're going to try and make a change there. At number 48, we have the Lions, and I think they're going to take Luke Musgrave out of Oregon State, tight end. After losing Hawkinson in a trade, I feel like they kind of know they can get a replacement tight end. And I think Luke Musgrave will be the perfect option there at 48. At number 49, we have the Steelers, and I think, once again, Steelers fans, not going to be the most exciting pick. I think they're going to go with Joe Tippmann. Where is he? There he is. Offensive center out of Wisconsin. It's not the most fun pick, but if you want guys like Kenny Pickett and Najee to succeed, these are the picks that need to be made. Number 50, I think the Buccaneers are going to take Felix Anudike Uzama, edge out of Kansas State. Just kind of a great value pick in my opinion. At number 51, we have the Dolphins. Steve Avila, offensive guard out of TCU. Once again, Tua, he got injured. I think they're going to try and protect him as much as they can. Well, I'm really sick. At number 52, we have the Seahawks. I think they're going to take Drew Sanders, linebacker out of Arkansas. This kind of falls to him. And a great pick. 53, I think another great pick. Bears are going to take wide receiver Josh Downs out of North Carolina. Falls to him. Ranked 37th here, and he goes at 53. Just a very good value. At number 54, I think the Chargers are going to take Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA. This is because I do believe Austin Eckler will not be a Charger. I think he will eventually be traded. Or I think they're going to take Zach Charbonnet because, they're not going to get a trade done this year. So they're going to roll with Eckler and then get him out and trade him next season. So then Zach Charbonnet had a year to kind of adapt to the NFL. At number 55, we have the Lions, and I think they're going to take Cedric Tillman, wide receiver out of Tennessee. Rating number 50, it's a great value pick, and it just kind of works out. At number 56, I think the Jaguars are going to take DJ Turner, cornerback out of Michigan. I just feel like that's going to be something the Jaguars will do. At 57, I have the Giants taking wide receiver Rashee Rice out of SMU. They just gave Daniel Jones a huge contract extension, I think. Who's our receivers? They got Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. They released Kenny Golladay, so he's not there. I can't think of his name. Wan'Dale Robinson, that's it. Not a great receiving core. Sterling Shepard's fine, but he's old. Darius Slayton has a lot of upside, and so does Wan'Dale Robinson, but ultimately I think they're going to try and get someone. It's going to be Rashee Rice. At number, what are we at? 58, I think the Cowboys are going to go with Marvin Mims Jr., wide receiver out of Oklahoma. I think they probably go Marvin Mims over a guy like Rashee Rice, because I just feel like Marvin Mims is kind of a Cowboys receiver, if I'm not mistaken. At number 59, we have the Bills. I think they are going to skip over Julius Brent out of Kansas State, and they're going to go Clark Phillips out of Utah. I feel like Clark Phillips is the better safe or cornerback in the Bills' eyes, and I think they're going to go that. At number 60, we have the Bengals, and I think they are going to go with Tuli Pelotu, edge out of USC. I can't pronounce his name, as you can tell. But potentially to go for like 57, just great value. And I feel like a need for the Bengals, just kind of trying to bolster that defense, that already good defense. At number 61, we have the Bears. I think they are going to go with Derek Hall, edge out of Auburn. Sorry about that. Just trying to bolster that team to where they can compete, really. I don't think they're going to be competing this year, but they are trying to get better, and that's a good start. At number 62, second to last pick, I have the Eagles skipping over Sidney Brown out of Illinois. And I think they're going to go with Antonio Johnson, safety out of Texas A&M. I think Antonio Johnson is second best safety. Apparently, PFN doesn't agree, but that's fine. And I think that's who they're going to take in this scenario. And the last, definitely not least, we have the Chiefs. I have them going defensive tackle. As you can see, there's 3 of them, 66 through 68. You have Keanu Benton, Gervin Dexter, and Siaki Ika. Personally, I don't think they're going to take Keanu Benton. I could see him going Siaki Ika. Actually, very see him. I think they're going to take Gervin Dexter. And that's the full results. We're just going to kind of slowly scroll down so you can see every pick I have each team making as at home. I don't know what that is. Never even heard of that place before. Getting a free promotion from me. That's fine. I had a 45-minute talk with my cousin who's not as much of an NFL fan I am. He's a pretty big NFL fan. Like, if you don't know, I kind of am going to dox myself. I live in Cincinnati. My whole family does. And I'm the only one who's not a Bengals fan. I'm a Packers fan. And he only watches Bengals games. So he's not really as aware as I am. I know, more about the NFL compared. He probably knows more about the Bengals than me. But that's just because that's who he's a fan of. But he's a big college guy. So he's talking to me about all these guys. Now, he really only talked about the Bengals. So, yeah. But, he does not think that the Bengals are going to take Bijan Robinson. He doesn't think Bijan Robinson's going to fall out of the top 10. Now, the only team I can really see that happening with is the Eagles. I can see the Titans at 11 taking them too if Derrick Henry gets traded, but that's about it. So, I didn't really get to talk to him about, the first 2 rounds. We mainly talked about just kind of later round picks, like, the 3rd round and beyond. And I'm just going to show you some players he wanted, or he thinks the Bengals could take. So starting out, a huge player he's like very high on that this isn't is, where is he? Tyjae Spears, running back out too late. He really wants the Bengals to draft him in the 1st round, or in the 3rd round apparently. He thinks will potentially be, oh crap, the best running back in this draft. Oh, okay, that ad's just staying there. The best running back in the draft. So, yeah. He only really talked about a few of them. And then he also, another guy he really wants is high on is, I don't know if it's quarterback. Oh, it's definitely quarterback. Julius Brents. High on both of those guys. So, yeah. But that's about it. That's really all he talked about. We're just kind of these 2 guys and Bijan. A whole 45 minutes out of that, and, obviously the Aaron Rodgers stuff, because he tried to make fun of me not knowing that I actually wanted that trade to happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you guys next time. And sorry for, my voice and coughing and all that. I am sick, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So this is a struggle just to record this. I was considering waiting till tomorrow to do it. And just recording the XFL stuff today, since it'd be a lot shorter, which probably means easier on my throat. But I elected to at least try, and we kind of just got all the way through it. So I'll see you guys next time, which will be tomorrow with the XFL stuff. The XFL stuff will be, I don't know when it will be out. It depends on how long I'm sick for. Because that's an easy video. And it's a must-do video. But for Madden, like Bears franchise, where it's a video like this where it requires a lot of talking, it might not come out until I'm, feeling better. Compared to the XFL stuff. The XFL stuff will at latest come out on Friday. I plan on it coming out tomorrow, but just know if I don't upload Bears franchise, I'll probably post on Twitter why. But just know it's more than likely going to be because of my throat. Now, obviously, can't guarantee anything, but I do plan on uploading. And the issue is, I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done a Bears franchise since like Saturday. Maybe even Friday. Oh, it was Friday. Maybe even Thursday too. Ooh. And it was just because I had a lot of time there and I just pre-recorded. So I haven't done a Bears franchise in nearly a week. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, which will be XFL. And if you don't see a Bears franchise, just know why. Although I do feel like I'll be good to make those videos. All right, goodbye. Sorry for rambling and hope you enjoyed.